our goal here is really to assemble a database of all the materials in the world. The samples that we need could be everything, could be simple everyday objects or more exotic materials. Also interesting for the movie industry. For instance, these two pieces of fabric were sent to us by Industrial Light and Magic that make the Star Wars movies. And this is actually a piece from the pants of Darth Vader. I work in computer graphics and rendering, where the goal is really to capture the complex visual appearance of the world around us. So we want to create images that look photorealistic. We developed a system for acquiring materials, basically bringing them into a virtual world and really to capture their essential characteristics. We're interested in many kinds of materials, very boring things like wall paints, but also more exotic ones like this butterfly here, which actually changes in color depending on the angle that you look at it. And that's really what we're trying to understand here. Materials change in behavior depending on the direction from which they're illuminated and also from which they're observed. And that's basically what this machine here allows us to measure. And that's a machine which can observe a material from certain directions and also illuminate it from other directions. And using that, by basically taking many measurements, we can really capture the essence of what makes a certain material look the way that it does. This is actually quite challenging because it tends to take a long time. So if you're not careful about how you do your measurements, it might take years even for a single material. So the research that we conduct here, it's really about making this process more efficient so that we can finish for one material in the range of sort of a few hours, for example. One thing that's quite special about our measurement setup is that we use a spectrometer, and whereas a normal camera would just give you red, green and blue colors, which are at the end of the day the colors that we can perceive, a spectrometer now gives us also information about all the wavelengths in between. And so you get a curve that goes from the UV to the infrared, so even outside of what is visible for humans. And that gives us a lot of information to first of all describe what these materials are doing, but then also a resource that's helpful to understand what is going on and to compare them with models that already exist to understand if they're any good or if they still need to be improved later on.